The first time Elena Torres saw him, he was asleep, wrapped in an army jacket so old it looked fossilized. It was 6:12 a.m. Her shift had just started, and he was slumped on the bench near the ER parking lot of the Atlanta VA Medical Center. She thought he was dead, until she saw the slow rise and fall of his chest. She reported it. Security shrugged. Yeah, he's been out there almost a month. Doesn't talk. Just stares at the West Wing. Over the next 2 weeks, she passed him every day. Always the same spot. Sometimes he was awake. Sometimes not. Sometimes mumbling to himself. The other staff had nicknames for him. Sergeant Silence, the Ghost. Old Man West. Nobody knew his name. Nobody asked. Until day 40. Elena was walking to her car with leftover soup in a thermos. It was freezing, rainy, and something in her gut twisted. She walked over and said softly, "You hungry?" He looked up, blue eyes, sharp, despite the grime and beard. Then he said, "I'm waiting to be let in." She paused. "In? To the hospital?" He nodded once. "Why don't you go inside?" "Tried. They said I don't exist." She blinked. "What's your name?" "Corporal Walter J. Rains, 82nd Airborne, Firebase Jericho." Elena froze. Firebase Jericho? She had an uncle who served, talked about it once, said it was the worst place he'd ever seen. But Firebase Jericho wasn't in any official records. It was one of those places that never existed. "Do you have ID?" she asked. Walter pulled a dog tag from around his neck. It was cracked, but the number matched military formatting. And under his coat, she saw a bullet scar the size of a bottle cap. She brought him soup and a blanket. And that night, she did what no one else had. She started digging. Elena stayed up all night. She searched old declassified files, Reddit threads, veteran forums, anything with the word Jericho in it. And slowly, a picture formed. Firebase Jericho, Cambodia, 1971. Unofficial, illegal, classified. A recon site set up under a false flag operation. Everyone there was off the books. Casualties were never reported. She took what she found to the hospital administrator. They dismissed her. "Ma'am, if he's not in the system, we can't admit him." She showed them the dog tag. Could be fake. She showed them the scar. Not proof. She showed them her notes. "We're not authorized to pursue that." So she made one more call. To her uncle, retired colonel. When he heard the name Walter Rains, he went silent. "He saved my life, took a bullet for me. Everyone said he died. You're telling me he's alive?" 2 days later, a black SUV pulled up to the hospital. Out stepped 4 men in clean military dress. They saluted Walter before he even stood. "Corporal Rains," one of them said, "on behalf of the Department of Defense, we owe you 41 years of gratitude and one hell of an apology." Turned out, Walter had been listed KIA, killed in action. He was left behind in a rushed evac, survived a week in the jungle, got home through back channels, tried to re-enter the system, but no records, no family, no proof. He'd been living off-grid ever since. The DoD reinstated his identity. Back pay, full veteran benefits, housing, medical, and a ceremony. Not just a ceremony, a medal, the Silver Star, presented in front of every doctor, nurse, and administrator who once looked through him like he wasn't even there. Elena stood beside him. He handed her the medal. She tried to refuse. He said, You were the only one who saw me. You earned this. Walter got an apartment near the park, started volunteering at a youth center, taught kids how to shine boots, fold flags, and tell the truth, even when the world calls you invisible. One day, Elena asked him, "Why'd you sit on that bench for so long?" He looked out the window and smiled. "Because I knew someone would finally come outside." Thank you for watching. If you want to get more that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.